Hey guys, I'm Alexa and this is Megan. She's joining me here in my first episode for Moms in Fitness, a new series I'm doing, bringing in moms, training them, and talking about all things motherhood, postpartum, all the things that people don't like to talk about, and just fitness in general. So we hope you enjoy, and yeah.
Yay, let's go.
All right, so we're gonna be taking Megan through the warm-up. I'll kind of explain as we're chatting and everything, okay? So we're gonna do some shoulder rotations. You can hold the band either on the outside, just as long as you're not bending the arms, okay?
Alrighty.
So Megan, tell us a little bit about yourself, and also just when did you first get into fitness?
Well, I've always been very active as a child. I played softball for 9 years. So, you know, sports was always embedded into my lifestyle. So with sports, you obviously have to, you know, work out.
Yeah.
So I started at a very young age. However, I really got into fitness as far as like lifting and stuff, probably about the age of 22.
Okay, sweet,
Yeah.
awesome. Mine was a little similar to you. I actually grew up like playing outside a lot, so with my friends, and then I got into basketball, but that was like at a very young age. I was probably like in 4th or 5th grade, so that was also kind of like embedded in me.
Yeah.
We're gonna go side to side like this, so we're just stretching out our whole side body.
Oh, that feels good.
Yeah, so you don't want to necessarily like pull the band. You're just leaning, and it's gonna stretch out our lats, our shoulders, everything. And I also did dance since I was 5 years old.
Oh.
So dance was always something that I love. Like, I love movement, and I just, you know, like to shake it.
Yeah.
And I did all types of different dances, and I actually stopped in 9th grade. I always asked myself, like, why did I stop? You know, it was something I really liked, but at the time, you know, going into high school, just things changed for me. And
of course.
honestly, I didn't start lifting weight until college.
Nice.
Yeah, it was until college when I learned that I really found my passion in health and in wellness in college.
Awesome.
We're gonna go ahead and do some presses. Let's do some squat thrusters.
Sure.
We're gonna be doing a full body workout, by the way.
All right, let's
So
do it.
I hope you're ready.
Ready.
We're gonna go ahead and tuck our elbows in. Right here, you wanna mimic the squat with your legs, and then use those to help you drive all the way up. When you drive up, you wanna tuck your core in so that you don't arch your back, okay?
Gotcha.
So we're gonna go here, and then push. Nice, down, and push. You can even start pushing those knees out to get nice and low into that squat. Nice, good. And I always tell my clients, use your breath, girl, use your breath.
I know that I always, that's something I definitely need to work on.
No, you're good. It's all a work in progress. So how long would you say that it took you before you started exercising again after having your babies?
Well, I would say it took me after my third baby, about a year after my third baby. For some reason, after my first baby, I just, sorry.
I know, that one's a full body workout, so it gets you tired.
Yeah, for some reason, after my first baby, I just was able to drop all the weight, pre-baby, quick. Second baby, it was weird. It was a weird stage. It was COVID. So, and then my third baby, I just kind of just didn't recognize myself. It was about a year after her first birthday. Excuse me. It was about, sorry.
Yeah, you can tell we needed this.
It was about a year after I had her, and then I just kind of just didn't recognize myself, and I was just like, all right, it's time to just lock in and start to feel myself. I wasn't feeling myself. I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Also, it could be like a little bit easier too when you're younger, huh? Like when you're younger, you can like lose a weight so much faster. You know, I feel like as we get older, it gets harder, of course.
Totally.
The metabolism, the different factors. Right now, you're more stressed. Now you're more busy.
Right.
Now you have 3 kids. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot more on your plate. So I can definitely see how
It definitely,
how that could be a challenge.
Yeah, it was a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, it was a big challenge, especially, you know, having 3 kids and trying to manage my time. So it was a challenge, but I'm so happy that I followed through with it.
Yeah.
And you know,
No.
we all get to that point.
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes you do have to get sick and tired of your own shit
Absolutely.
to change, you know? Tony Robbins, that's something I learned from one of his personal development conferences that I went to. He's like, sometimes the only way to change is like you got to get sick and tired of your own shit, and then that's the only way that you make that change for yourself. You know, it's not other people telling you, hey, you got to change, hey, you got to start working out, hey, you got to start taking care of yourself. It's like when you get tired of your own ways, you want to change and be different. I think for me, actually, I'm still recovering. I'm 3 months and 2 weeks postpartum, and I feel like it took a while for me. Like I thought I was gonna be like 4 weeks in, I'm ready to get back into it. But no, it wasn't like that for me, and it's okay. You know, I think I learned to accept that it's okay, that it took me a little while longer to start again. But we're here, and we're here now, and I'm really excited to continue to work on myself and continue to work out and get back into training, but in a different way, in a different chapter now.
Yeah, I love it. We're ready.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
What made you decide that you were ready? I know you kind of said like you got sick and tired of it, but can you elaborate a little bit?
My clothes didn't fit. I would be looking at myself naked in the mirror after I got out of the shower, and I could just see things, or the lack of seeing things that I used to be able to see in my body, and I just felt gross. I did not feel comfortable. And I think it went for the same with my husband. My husband was at that point of his life too. And I think what ultimately made the decision a lot, more, better for us is the fact that we did it together. You know what I mean? We both were on the same fitness journey. We both got to a point where we were just like, we lost ourselves. We gave all of ourselves to our babies for the last 9 years. And we just, we did what's easy. Sometimes we went to go out to eat because it's just easier that way. And we just got to a point where we were just like, oh my gosh, like I feel gross. Even in the bedroom, we just turned the lights down a little bit lower. We didn't want to see as much. So that's ultimately,
Yeah, and it happens, especially with 3 kids. Girl.
Oh yeah, girl, it's a lot.
No, definitely. And I can see it with one. It's like my first baby too. Let's do some deadlifts with this. So let's go ahead and like step on it like this. Give yourself about hip width in your stance. Arms are straight, shoulders back, chest is open, core is nice and tucked in, brace, and then you're just gonna hinge at the hips and then come up. Yeah, like I was saying, like even with, one baby, you start to see like, okay, yeah, there's, all your attention, all your time, it all goes to the baby. I really thought that like I was gonna be ready. Like I said, 4 weeks in, like they say postpartum 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and no, postpartum is not 4 weeks, it's not 6 weeks. And that's where I see that everybody's body is different.
Absolutely.
Everybody's body is different. Everybody's body goes through different things, whether if it's just situations or complications or just recovery wise. I thought my body was gonna recover. I'm like, I was so active, I thought I was gonna recover fast. I'm like good with like pain tolerance, so I was like, I'll be fine, having a natural birth, and I'm like, I'll be good. But no, my body had different plans.
Of course.
And
that's okay. You got to give yourself grace. You know what I mean? Like you said, everybody's different. Their postpartum is just different.
No, definitely. I really felt that. And so, we're here now, 3 months and a half postpartum, and I feel ready. I'm still recovering. I still have flare-ups, and that's a video for another day. But I do want to share a little bit more about eventually like my birth story and my complications and my struggles, my challenges, because we all have them, and nobody talks about them. So that's why I wanted to bring you so that we can talk about all these things, and work out as we're working out and getting better.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And it's great to have a support system, especially with like fellow moms.
Perfect. No, yeah, I totally agree. So I'm gonna give you this one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and grab another band. So we're just gonna be doing like a little side step, just so we're not losing our breath as we're chatting it up. But we're still warming up the side glutes. We're still getting the glutes nice and warmed up. So was your first workout anything like you expected after like coming back 3 years and knowing that you worked out and you did fitness, years before that?
Absolutely not. The reason being is I do work out from home. I never invested into a gym membership only because I had 3 children and finding a babysitter was, you know, a whole task in itself.
It's just convenient.
Absolutely. Having a home, you know, having a home workout is convenient. However, it was a lot. My first workout, I didn't realize how many times I would hear the word mom. You know what I mean?
Mom, I need a snack.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many times I had to stop because my children were fighting. So no,
it's a reality.
It was nothing like it used to be. I honestly should have just gone to the gym because I felt like if I would have just gone to the gym, I would have been able to, you know, have that hour and a half to myself. But it was nothing that I did not expect it. No. But I still did it.
You managed, you managed. And I think you learned that as a mom. And actually that's something that I'm learning now. It's like, to be really honest with you, Megan, I used to work out for an hour, at least 45 minutes, sometimes an hour. I used to do like at least 4 times a week. Now, girl, I'm lucky if I can get a 20-minute workout. My workouts are now just 15 minutes and they're never planned anymore. Like I can't plan a workout. You know, because I'm back into working, I'm back into training, I'm starting up my Pilates career, you know, so it's like I'll train my clients and I'm like, I have 15 minutes. I have 15 minutes. Let's get that full body workout in. And
for sure,
my first workout actually was not what I expected. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna lift heavy, like kind of how I used to. Even like, even the small movements, even when I wasn't lifting heavy, because I only did heavy for a few, but even like the light workouts where I just had to use my pelvic floor, my core, I was so weak. I could only do like 6 reps, where before I could do 15, 20 reps, you know. Ooh, my booty's burning.
You lose all that muscle when you're creating this child inside of you, you know what I mean? Even though you stay active and stuff like that, your whole body really does just go through a whole cycle that you just were not ready for.
No, definitely. You're gonna bend your knee and we're just gonna extend to the side. Yeah, I think for me it was like very humbling, because I was like, whoa, like I'm weak. I thought in the moment, I'm like, I'm weak. And then obviously, you know, mindset matters. So in the moment I was like, no, I'm not weak. I literally just did the hardest thing ever.
Of course.
Which was have a baby, do a little bit more diagonally so we can target the top part of the booty. I'm like, no, I literally did the hardest thing ever. I'm not weak, you know, I'm strong. But yeah, the first workout was hard. Yeah. It was hard. And then I even think like I heard the baby crying and I'm like, I need to stop. Like, I need to drop everything and go, you know, and it happens, you know.
Especially as a breastfeeding mama like yourself, you know what I mean? It's a lot more harder than it would just to be able to formula feed.
Yes.
So it is a lot more, you know,
it is. I'm like, he needs me. I'm like, and I need to go feed him. I'm just gonna finish my workout here, you know. So, you know, that happened in my first one. So it definitely wasn't what I expected. I'm like, I'm gonna have an hour to myself finally. No, it was 15 minutes, and it's still 15 minutes right now. I haven't been able to.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. I haven't been able to, you know, crack that code yet, but it's okay. I'm gonna get back into it, and that's a good thing about being a trainer is like I can train myself. And,
absolutely.
You know, take myself through my own pace, feel my body, be immersed, be very aware of where I'm at, and then really just going from there. Right. Yeah, and I think that's something that that moms think that like, okay, I'm just gonna get back into it. It's not getting back into it. It's a different journey. But would you say that you feel like you started your journey like too soon, too late, or like right in the right time?
I mean, we could always go back and say woulda, shoulda, coulda. Yeah. Of course, yeah. If I would have started at least 6 months before, my body would have been 6 months better than it is today. But I wasn't ready. No. I was not ready. I didn't have that time to really, you know. My baby was younger. Again, I had 3 kids. Yeah. Breastfeeding mama, full-time working mama. Like, it wasn't in the cards for me. So I think whenever the time that I started was a perfect time. And like I was saying, it was the time that I needed. It was the time that I was ready for, and that I was ready to commit. I wasn't doing it for anybody else. I was doing it all for myself. So yeah, woulda, shoulda, coulda, but you know what I mean? Everything happens for a reason. Everybody has their own timeline, and I'm happy with where I started and when I started.
You're doing great. I mean, that's so amazing. Let's take this one off.
Sure.
Let's get into the world's greatest stretch. So this one is the one I showed you last time where we're like, that one was a really good one. So that one like really gets into your hips, your inner thighs, your back,
Yeah,
you know?
I love that
So
one.
let's go ahead and get into it while I spiel away. So right here, you want to bring that leg as far up as possible. You still want to keep the hand planted. Yeah. I'm gonna make it a little harder for you this time.
Okay.
It's also gonna be harder for me. That back leg is completely lifted. Your glute is flexed, your quad is flexed, okay? You're gonna open up through your thoracic spine here. Palm is facing out, yeah. You're gonna bring it down. Let's do the other side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it again.
Oh yeah.
Yep, one more. Breathe. Last one. Step back. Let's do the other side. Yeah, I would say for me, I felt like it was too late at first, you know? Try to keep that hand planted. I know it's hard.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know it's hard. Up. Down. Good. Keep your palm facing out. One more.
Breathe,
I need
Megan.
that stretch,
Breathe.
girl.
Breathe, Megan.
Work yourself out. Slowly round yourself up. Nice. Yeah, like I was saying, for me, I felt like I wanted to get back into it earlier.
Right.
You know, who doesn't want
Of
to
course.
get back into a routine?
Especially considering, you know, you are a trainer and you have that under your belt. So
Exactly.
I'm
And
sure
then-
you're a little bit more harder on yourself.
I think so. I think like the pressure of like, you're a trainer, so you have to be fit, or even simply the fact that like I was following like a few influencers who were pregnant actually at the same time as me. And like, as I'm over here sitting on my couch with my baby, maybe with my phone in my hand, and I'm like, how do they have abs already? And I'm like, this is me like right now, and this is me where I'm at. And I think it was hard on me because I felt like the pressure of like, you're a trainer, you have to be fit, you have to be ripped, you have to be shredded,
Yeah.
you have to have abs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do they do it? You know, so like for me, it was a little harder. I'm like, I want to get back into it. But I think my recovery
yeah.
was probably like what humbled me, right? God always does things for a reason.
Absolutely.
And you know, I think that was my humbling experience where he was like, no, let's delay your recovery for a reason. And honestly, now I look back and I'm so grateful because I got to
Spend more time with
with the baby. Yeah, that was like everything to me, just being together, recovering together, learning him, like having all that time with him to connect with him. And you know, even in the times where I had flare-ups and I was, you know, going crazy a little bit with the situation that I had with my recovery, I learned to realize like, no, I need to give myself grace.
Absolutely.
And that was the lesson, you know, in that phase. And, you know, I'm still going through it. So it's, you know, always a learning lesson. But yeah, I think I started at the right time. I think right now is a good time. And I had to learn like, you know, block out all the noise, block out all, like, don't compare yourself, you know. And that's a video for another day. Obviously, there's so much to say about that. There's so much to say about that.
The internet is wild.
It is wild.
It puts a lot of pressure on you and where you should be because you see them and their journey, their postpartum journey, their pregnancy, whatever it is. Like, and it's just so like, no, it's unrealistic.
It is, yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, not for everyone, but you know, just some people just can't do it.
Yeah.
Or just aren't able to.
No, for sure, 100%. I think like if I were to give some tips to like new moms who are like trying to get back into fitness or just starting their fitness journey, I would definitely say like take into account like every person is different.
Yeah.
Every mom is different. Everybody goes through different stuff in their journey of pregnancy, of postpartum, of even just motherhood in general. You know, we all go through so much. You know, we do so much. So I would say, don't compare yourself. It is a thief of joy for sure. Understand that maybe those people, they had help, whatever help could mean, right? Like maybe they had somebody who helped them take care of the baby while they slept.
Yeah.
So, you know, their cortisol levels weren't as high, or maybe they had some adjustment, a little tightening, whatever, like whatever it is, maybe it's genetics, maybe it's not, like maybe they're just going through also their own stuff that they're not sharing. So I would definitely say don't compare yourself. Give yourself some grace.
Absolutely.
It is okay to start. It's never too late to start. And even if you start off and it's slow, baby steps, mama, baby steps. Just like the baby, right? Baby's taking baby steps to develop and grow. You're taking baby steps to just becoming a better, stronger version of yourself. So I highly encourage you to keep going, to not give up on yourself, and just start whenever you're ready.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Yeah, trust the process. We're not gonna be shredded overnight. It'd be nice, right? Everybody would be.
What are you talking about? No, just kidding.
I'm already shredded. Is there any tips or advice that you would give to new moms?
For new moms, I would have to say take all the time you can for you and your baby. The gym, your fitness, everything will always be there. I would definitely say take time for yourself. Go through the postpartum journey because it is wild.
Yeah.
Like it is wild. Having gone through it 3 times myself, every baby is different. Every postpartum journey is different.
Yeah, that's true.
Enjoy the time. Don't rush it. Do it when you're ready. Like Alexa was saying, don't compare yourself to anyone else because it is so easy to do that. It also gets you in this trap of like, why? Like, why am I not there and that person's not there?
Yes.
Take your time. Don't be extreme. Don't
be extreme.
starve yourself.
No.
Just take your time. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the baby, and you'll get there. You will definitely get there.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that.
Sure.
And yeah, I just want to thank you for your time, for being here. All right, we just finished our warm up, so this is not the end of our workout, but. How did you enjoy the warm-up? I
mean, I'm sweating.
You're like, is that not the workout?
It was great. I want to definitely apply this at home with me and my kids because, I think it's good for everyone to stretch. So the warm-up was great. And it was great.
And it's needed. Yeah, it's needed. You always want to make sure that you guys are warming up before hitting your workouts, whether if it's intense, even if it's not intense, always warm up. It gets the muscles prepped, it gets your body activated. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. This is not the end of our workout, okay? So now we're gonna be getting into the workout and also talking about mom guilt.
Ugh.
Mom guilt.
It's real.
It's real. Okay, so I'm gonna be taking Megan through a full body workout that we just warmed up for.
Okay.
So the very first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do tempo squats. Have you ever done tempo squats?
I'm not too sure. Maybe if you show me.
Okay, so it's just basically like we're keeping the muscles under tension for a lot longer and we're adding a little bit more resistance. So think of it, I always tell my clients, think of it as you're counting 3 seconds on the way down and then 3 seconds on the way up.
Like slow and controlled?
Very slow and controlled.
Okay.
So you're gonna get right under this. Here, you wanna retract your shoulder blades, always press up to unlock, open up into a normal squat stance, core is nice and tucked in. Your upper body still does a very slight lean forward and you're coming up, you're still squeezing the glutes at the top. Gotcha. So see how I'm going very slow and then very slow up. Okay, we're gonna be doing a little bit of a full body workout. So I will actually have you do this one over here. Okay. So I'm gonna have you hold this one. I love this fly bell system as well. So you're gonna keep it here. You're gonna be marching as you push overhead. So it's almost like when you're pushing the weight up, you're also bringing the leg up. You're keeping your whole entire core nice and tight throughout the whole thing, okay? Sure. Okay. So let me just ask you quick before we get into the workout. Okay. You're like, she was ready to go.
I'm ready.
She's ready to go. She's like, I'm ready to try this new workout I've never done before. Yeah, so I just want to ask you, like, how did you first feel, or when did you first feel the mom guilt?
When it comes to working out, probably when I was, that's a good question. I would probably say when I was probably buying the equipment, knowing that I was gonna go and start, making time for myself and not for my children and kind of focus on myself. So I would say when I was just like, Because I'm gonna say when I first started my journey, the first 3 months, it was all a calorie deficit. Like I lost a lot of weight with just eating clean and, you know,
breastfeeding?
Well, it was already a year after.
Okay.
So, you know, the breastfeeding and the calories is a lot in the beginning because baby feeds so much.
Yeah.
But it was all calorie deficit. So when I was like, all right, I've already lost like 20 pounds, 15 pounds, like let me start to tone up. Once I started buying the equipment and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to dedicate myself away from my children to really get to the goal that I wanted to go to, I would say that's when the guilt was kicking in, and then I was already making excuses as to why I probably shouldn't buy that because it was gonna take me away from my kids. Yeah, so I would say.
No, I can definitely see how that, like you're already like anticipating like, oh damn, I'm not gonna be able to be with them.
Totally.
And, yeah, no, I get that. I think for me it started like right when I was about to start training people.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't working out right away, but even when I did have those like 15-minute sessions, it was not consistent at all. But even when I started, I'm like, damn, like, should I just like go inside? Like, should I just like not do this? Like, yeah, it could feel like an excuse, but I think it's real. Like, it's like a real feeling. Like, it's like, I miss my baby, even though he's 30 seconds away. Like, I miss my baby. He must miss me.
Totally.
You know,
of course he misses mom.
He must miss me.
Absolutely.
We must miss each other. You know, it's like, what if he needs me? What if he's crying? What if dad can't put him to sleep? Like stuff that like, it was all made up, of course, in my head, but it's like the emotions are real, you know, when you're...
Those intrusive thoughts, I swear,
the intrusive
they get
thoughts.
to you.
Yeah,
the intrusive thoughts are just literally just debilitating.
It's
and,
a thing.
You know,
yeah, it's definitely a thing. All right, let's get into this first session.
Let's do it.
Let's get it. So you just want to make sure that when you're doing them, you do an equal amount of reps. I usually do like 16 to 20 of those.
So, you know, what's funny is when I first started working out, I used to do these standing marches with the medicine ball, and I really feel like this helped my core. So.
Oh yeah, 100%. That workout is actually perfect for postpartum. It's not too much. Did you do the one like how you're doing it now where you're pressing up? Or did you do just holding the ball up?
I just held the ball up.
Yeah.
A medicine ball, like a 15-pound.
Yeah, those are great.
Is it great for a mama who's just starting to get in to working out?
Yes, and for your core, you know, it's easy. You're not crunching, you're not sitting up, you're not planking. Those are all workouts you want to avoid when you're fresh postpartum. Oh, I love those so much. It's like such a good workout.
Woo!
Let's switch.
Let's go.
All right, so since it's a Smith, you don't have to worry about hand placement too much, but if it was a free bar, you just want to make sure you measure your hands.
Okay. I bet you that's good about having short hair. You don't have to.
Yeah, so first you want to unlock. Fix your stance. Your stance is a little too wide. You want to be more neutral squat position.
Okay. How's
good.
That?
Perfect. Chest is open. Rib cage tucked in. Core tucked in. And you want to go a lot slower. Almost like you're counting 3, 2, 1, and then you're going up 3, 2. It's still too fast.
Gotcha.
Good. Down. 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1. You can also press your knees out to get a little lower in that squat position. Yeah, baby. That's how you do it. And then breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Very nice. How's that feel?
Woo! It's burning.
Even when you don't add a lot of weight to that because it's more controlled. It even feels heavier.
For sure.
And I'm doing these sideways just so you guys can see how I am not arching the back. I think that's super important when you're doing this one.
Ooh, that was a good one.
How's it good? It's good?
That's good.
Perfect.
I actually like
The band?
squatting with these bands because it helps you kind of control your knees.
Yeah, it adds resistance and it makes it a little more challenging for sure. But
totally.
But it's just like when you're working out too, I think back to the mom guilt type of thing is like when you're working out and you're starting to work out, you're gonna be doing something, but what is my baby doing? I hope he's good. No. But in those moments, like tuning back into what are you doing? Where are you feeling the burn? What muscles am I using? Am I engaging my core? Let me make sure I'm breathing. You know, those are all things that I would say mamas start implementing in your training. Know that your baby is okay, you know, and it's okay to have that time for yourself. What would you say that kind of helped you get through the mom guilt when you started working out?
Results.
Yeah.
Results for sure helped me get through the mom guilt. Once people started telling me, wow, Megan, you look good. Like, you know, it kind of takes a while for for other people to tell you that. Once, I mean, at that point, my clothes were already feeling loose, but no one really said anything. But once the people started praising me for how good I was looking, I was like, okay, well, maybe all this time that I'm putting into myself and not for my children is actually, you know, it's paying off. And I'm actually like, I'm starting to feel good. You know, people are starting to realize that. And then, you know, the mom guilt kind of starts to fade away and you're like, okay, we're doing this. We're here and we're all in. Yeah,
definitely. And I think that's a mindset shift. You know, it's like, you know, this whole time you're like, oh, I'm probably leaving my kids behind, and then it becomes into like, actually, I'm taking care of myself for my kids too. You know, I'm taking care of myself for not only myself but my family, so they get a better version of me. So they get me with good energy. I'm not irritated. I'm not this. I'm not that. You know, and I think that that's like motivating too, to like just be like, okay, I'm not gonna feel bad about doing something good for myself. Right. You know, I think for me, it was, I felt like relieved, you know, I felt like relieved. I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed that. Like, cause you know, I love my workouts and I love working out and moving my body. And for me, it was like, I was like, oh, I missed that. Like, I even if it was a little booty pump, even if it was, even if it was just moving my body, you know, cause carrying the baby, like on the carrier, on the arms, on even like bad posture when it comes to breastfeeding, you're like a little bit forward, you know, all that stuff. I was like, oh, my back needed that, you know? Yeah. And I think that's what kind of helped me break out of it. Kind of like the same thing I told you earlier. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this for myself so that I can show up better for my family. So I can show up better for my husband, for my baby. Not that I wasn't, but you know, you have those little moments when you're in postpartum where you're just like, what about me? You know, what about me? And you're just like, you know, I would see my husband working out and I'm like, I want to work out too, you know, I want to work out too. And I, you know, that was like something I really wanted to do. So when I even had those 15 minutes, I was like, okay, I was like, I feel good. And then I didn't feel bad about the 15 minutes. And I think that really helped me. For sure. Like push through. That's great. That's good. It's a great little outlet. Yeah, for sure. Should we do one more of each? I'm here for it. Let's add some weight though. Let's add some weight. Let's add some tens. What we'll do is we'll use this and then we'll use a 25 pounder. Okay. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next portion of our workout. I love these because they're a really good booty building exercise. Have you ever done a B-stance RDL? Yes. Okay, cool. So you know your stance, back heel is completely lifted. You wanna hold the weight contralaterally, so opposite to the working leg. The working leg, just like the RDL, right, has a very slight bend on the knee. Your focus on the hinge and your core, everything is nice and tight, okay? So we're gonna hinge, only as much as you can. Press through the heel. And from the moment that you're here in the bottom, you're already squeezing the booty all the way to the top, and then we'll switch. And then the other one of us, okay, this one's gonna be like a full kneeling workout. So you're just gonna grab it right here by the grips. You have the option of doing this one up. I like to do it down just so I can rest my whole body and fully just focus on my upper body.
Okay.
But we're going to go up and we're pulling through our lats. So our elbows drive right by our torso and we're just going up and down.
Okay.
So if you want, you can start with this one.
Okay.
I'll start with this one. And then, yeah, let's get it. Yeah, sit your booty all the way back. How's that feel for you?
So far, so good.
Good. I like how you're controlling on the way up as well. You're just going to do as many reps as you can.
Now, when you're talking to someone who is training, how would you tell them to breathe? Would you inhale as you pull?
Exhale as you pull.
So
you always want to use your exhale as your drive. So your exhale actually helps you drive the movement. So in this case, yes. And then breathe in slowly as you come up. Nice, good. Yeah, and like I said, it's all about like coming back to your body, right? And then focusing on how am I using my breath? Am I feeling it in the lats? Am I feeling it in the muscles that I'm working?
Yeah.
I always tell my clients, if you don't feel it on the muscles that you're supposed to be working, you could be compensating, right? Some people think that the faster that you do the workout, the more intense, but there's actually a lot of power in the control, as you can tell.
Gotcha.
Good. Have your grip a little bit better on your right hand. I feel like you're losing grip on your right.
Yeah, I am actually.
Yeah, fix it. And don't be scared to like reposition yourself, okay?
Okay.
Feeling the booty burn. We are sweating.
Heck yeah.
We are working. And this is just our first step. Nice. Is there anything else that you would like to share about like mom guilt or anything that you had a challenge with?
Mom guilt that I had a challenge with. Just learning how to manage it all.
Yeah.
And realizing that the guilt is real.
Yeah. Your emotions are valid.
Your emotions are valid. It is just something as a mom, you got those motherly instincts that you're always gonna have there. Even after you get past the mom guilt, you're still gonna feel guilty for something, even if it has nothing to do with, you know, working out. All I can do say is just, for any mom, new mom, experienced mother, guilt is real. You're very valid, you know, emotions. However, just know that there's a bigger picture. And if your children are in great supervision and your children are being well taken care of, yeah, they might miss you a little bit, but you can just go straight to them after your workout, after whatever you're doing for yourself.
Yes.
And just give them all the extra love, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's just something we kind of gotta manage, you know, everything coming with the mom. Being a wife, you gotta manage the household, you gotta manage your husband's needs, your children's needs, but you gotta, like, most importantly, your own needs. Like, just like you were saying, when you start to focus on yourself and when you start to, you know, make yourself happier and focus on you, you become happier and a better person for your whole family, for your husband,
so
for
true.
everyone around you, your coworkers,
Yes,
like everyone
yeah.
around you will eventually see the shift. Mom guilt is real, but so are your needs.
Yeah, no, I actually love that you said that, because yeah, I think one thing as moms is like yes, all of our attention, all of our energy, everything goes to our kids, to our family, to our husbands, to the household, to keeping the family afloat, you know? Like
Absolutely.
literally so much responsibility after you become a mother, and even
For
having
sure.
to return back to work, like you said, stuff like that, all those factors, you know, it's a lot. And I think it's very easy as women to just let go of ourselves and be like, no, our baby needs us. Yes, your baby needs you, but what if like you set yourself up to where you're like, you know what, husband, take care of the kid for 20 minutes, you know? Help me, help you, help me, help you, you know, like help us, you know? I'm there for you when you work out. Be there for me. You know, I think we struggle with asking for help. You know, we struggle with trusting people to take care of our kids. But it's like, if you have your husband or your mom or your mother-in-law or a sister, someone that you trust, ask for help. Be like, hey, you know, can you come twice a week, 3 times a week to help me? Or like I was thinking, putting one of those patio things right here. Once he gets a little older, put the little mesh thing on top.
Oh, yeah.
Just, and then like have them watch you, you know, like there's something so beautiful about also your kids seeing what you do. And it doesn't always have to be a workout at the gym. It doesn't even have to be with a system like this. It could literally be with dumbbells, with anything. Actually, I created a program on my app, SaunaFlow, where I created a mom strength rebuild program.
Ooh,
you don't even have to leave your house.
Yeah.
You just need a pair of dumbbells. You just need a long band and a booty band. And it's only 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like, now you have no excuse. You can do it with your kid right there. Like on the side of you, like let your kid watch you. If you don't feel comfortable leaving him to go outside to work out, to go for a run or whatever, do it at home. You know, do it at home. Little movements, stretching,
Absolutely.
mobility, even stuff like that really helps you kind of just move your body. Because you're right, when we're a mom, we carry so much load, so much stress, you know, all that stuff. But when you move your body, you actually release that. You relieve all those emotions, you get all those feel-good hormones. So just remember, like you said, there's a bigger picture and there's a reason. And sometimes I even tell my mamas when they come back and they work with me, they're like, okay, I need to get back to where I was, and you know, I need to get back into my body. I always tell them like, well, what's your reason?
Yeah.
You know, what's your reason?
Question.
What's your why? And they're like, oh, well, you know, I want to bounce back. Okay, but let's go a little bit deeper. Why? You know? And they're like, oh, well, I want to be able to chase after my kid when they're like growing up. I want to be able to lift them without my back hurting. I want to be able to feel like I'm not super weak down here. Like all those reasons that are a little bit deeper, keep that top of mind. Keep that top of mind, because the days where you just don't want to show up, where you want to give the excuse or even let the mom guilt kind of take over, remember your why, remember your reason. And I always tell people that's your driving force.
That's true. That's true. And I love the fact that you have that app, because I was going to say not a lot of people have, not a lot of women have support. There's a lot of single moms out there that don't have anyone, don't have their village. And to be able to have access to things like your app and have something where you can literally just watch your baby right there and do a quick little workout and put a YouTube video and do a quick little workout and guilt trip. You know, guilt trip. Feeling guilty is just something that we can manage. Yeah,
we can manage and overcome more than anything, you know.
For sure.
And I really think it is part of my mindset too. It's like we mentioned earlier, like, yes, your baby might need you, but you also need to be good to take care of your kids, you know? Yeah. Sometimes we just do need that little moment to ourselves, and we don't know it. It's hard to ask for help. It's hard to realize it until you have it and you're like, oh my gosh, I needed that workout so bad. Even you being here today away from your kids, like, how do you feel? Like,
if I could just say one thing, okay? If I could just say one thing, I would say, if you can, to start sooner. Because you think that your baby is gonna want you and need you. They'd probably need you the least, as far as like that one-on-one
Yeah.
contact. Once they become a toddler, once they become a little kid, and then a big kid, then they're gonna want more things from you. So if you can and you have the ability to, you know, start earlier and sooner, do it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel great. I don't feel guilty.
Yeah,
like that I'm
good.
here. Like I
Me
feel,
neither.
I feel good. I feel good
Yeah.
that I'm here because this is my outlet. This is like, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna clean that house, I'm gonna feed my kids, and I'm gonna do it with a smile because I'm able to be here and I'm able to release all those like bad energy and bad tensions and bad arguments that I had last night with my husband or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Like it's a great
just
stress
little.
release.
Yeah.
And you know, you'll eventually get to that point where you're like us and you're just like, they'll be fine. We got this.
Yeah. They'll be fine,
Yeah.
and you'll get through it too, Mama.
Yeah.
So you got this. You got this. Yeah, we believe in you. All right, Megan, thank you so much for being here again and just sharing
course.
all your wisdom and the experience and just your own struggles with, you know, feeling the mom guilt. You know, we all feel it, but we just want to give you guys, you know, some props because you're doing it, Mama. You are. You did the hardest thing already, you know, now find time for yourself. And I promise you're going to feel good, even if it's 15 minutes, just a little bit of time for yourself because you deserve it.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.